Since first gracing the UFC as a contestant on The Ultimate Fighter Latin America, Mexico's Yair Rodriguez has cemented himself as a threat to anyone in the UFC's featherweight roster. With his explosive strikes and slick submissions, the 27-year-old has a host of interesting matchups available in the newly revitalized division, and after a swift rise in the UFC rankings, followed by a dispute with the promotion, and one of the best fights of the past decade, Yair now sets his sights upon Jeremy Stephens at UFC Fight Night 159 in Mexico City Arena. So all of this just begs the question, who is Yair Rodriguez? On October 6, 1992, Yair Raziel Rodriguez Portillo was raised with his brother and sister in the city of Parral in Chihuahua, Mexico, a city once known for its large deposits of silver, but which now serves as an important commercial ground between the southern regions of Chihuahua and the northern Durango. Rodriguez first started training and competing in Taekwondo at the age of 5, and then proceeded to follow in the footsteps of his cousin, Olympic boxer Misael Rodriguez, by adding boxing to his arsenal. After adding Muay Thai, kickboxing, and Jiu-Jitsu, Rodriguez turned his focus to pursuing mixed martial arts for his career. He made his professional MMA debut in October 2011, fighting for the local promotion Mexican Fighters Promotion 8, and then at Supreme Cage 1, earning an overall record of 5-1 before signing with the UFC. In 2014, the UFC launched the first Latin America season of The Ultimate Fighter, with Yair competing for Team Velasquez. Rodriguez reached the finals by submitting Humberto Brown with a triangle and TKOing Rodolfo Perez, and then went on to beat Leonardo Morales by a unanimous decision to secure his place in the UFC's featherweight division at UFC 180. Since then, Rodriguez would go on to beat a slate of featherweights in impressive fashion, including the likes of BJ Penn, Andre Fili, and Dan Hooker, with the sole mark on his record being a doctor's stoppage loss to Frankie Edgar after the swelling in his eye did not permit him to continue into the third round of their fight at UFC 211. In May of 2018, it was suddenly announced that Rodriguez was released from the UFC for declining multiple fight offers that the UFC brass had proposed.
Because we offered him fights, he turned down the fights. There was a lot more back and forth that went on with that. If you don't want to fight, this isn't the place to be. There's plenty of places out there that'll take Yair Rodriguez and would love to have him, and will sign him, and I'm sure he'll have a great career. This isn't the place for you.
However, the situation was quickly resolved as Yair was soon scheduled to fight with Zabit Magomedsharipov at UFC 228, even though the fight later fell through. Later that year, Rodriguez fought the fight that would solidify his place in UFC history when he took on the Korean zombie Chan Sung-young at UFC Fight Night 139. In an absolute barn burner with both fighters coming off of layoffs, the fight went all 5 rounds, with both fighters landing in the striking exchanges. Going into the 5th round, Rodriguez was down on the judges' scorecards and was likely going to lose the fight if not for one of the most spectacularly timed elbows at 4 minutes 59 seconds into the round. The last second elbow flattened the Korean zombie and secured Rodriguez the performance of the night bonus, as well as the knockout of the year prize for many journalists and fans alike. And so that brings us back full circle to UFC 159 on September 21st, 2019 in Mexico City, where Rodriguez takes on number 8 ranked heavy hitter Jeremy Stephens. In a hot featherweight division full of up-and-coming talent, a win over Stephens could set Yair up for a host of exciting matchups with the likes of the aforementioned Magomedsharipov, Jose Aldo, or a rematch with the Korean zombie. With the UFC likely booking the next title shot for Alexander Volkanovski, it'll be interesting to see how the outcome of this fight affects the landscape of the featherweight division and the future of El Pantera's quest to be the first to bring UFC gold to Mexico. Hey everybody, thanks so much for watching till the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video, follow us on Twitter at WhoIsMMA or Instagram at WhoIs_MMA. We're a brand new channel that goes in depth into MMA fighters and their history, so make sure to let us know in the comments who you'd like to see in an up-and-coming video. Also, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out some of our other videos. We'll see you next time.